Okay, let's start with a rant about Eternal Darkness. Now, this isn't gonna be an aggressive rant or like very happy or whatever. I mean, this is just like my overall thoughts about the game and how I genuinely feel about it. And I'm gonna get started with like who made it. Silicon Knights made it with the help of Nintendo. They put it on a Nintendo Gamecube. What, like year 2002, something like that. And then you get like what kind of game is it? It's kind of like survival horror, not really like traditional survival horror like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, which is what probably maybe many people were looking for, but it really didn't play like it, because the game doesn't have tank controls. Which probably, I don't know, maybe a lot of people didn't get that or whatever. It's confusing. And here we are for so many years where people are just saying, yeah, we wish we can just play some of these games. The tank controls, they suck or whatever. And then you have like this one game on GameCube that doesn't play like Resident Evil. And it's more of like a mishmash of like Resident Evil, Silent Hill. It's just like the best of both worlds just without tank controls. And it felt like nobody fucking played the game. It was really, really annoying, like it had its own theme, it had like its own music, I mean, it's not very scary until you like fight against like certain type of monsters. For me personally, I had an issue with the Bone Thieves. I think the Bone Thieves are a bunch of pricks, but I mean, that's me. Maybe for many of you out there probably be like, yeah, it was probably something else. A boss fight maybe, spoiler, there's bosses in here in case anybody doesn't know about this. But then why would you be watching a video about a rant about Eternal Darkness? You should be watching something else or listening to something else. Don't listen to this one because I'm gonna probably spoil a lot of shit that you probably don't want spoiled. But yeah, whatever, so let's move on right now. Okay, so you start off with like the main character. Her name is Alex. She gets a call from the police, and the police are just like, yo, your grandpappy just like died. We don't know what the fuck happened to him, right? And then like she gets there and she's all like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to solve the mystery about what the fuck happened to my grandpa. Okay, and then you just like the weird intro aside, it does start off fucking good. Like you're wandering around the mansion and you're trying to solve a puzzle. Well, you get like little bits, you get little hints here and there of like what you should be doing, and then you finally do it, right? And then you advance, you find a book, and then within the book you get chapter pages. Within the chapter pages you get like a different character's story, and then you find out like the beginning and then you move on from there, Right at that point that the game kind of changes. You go into another player's story, you do like what needs to be done inside of there, and then bam, like you find out what happens to them. Usually you find out what happens to them right in the same chapter, or you find out about it much later. It's all of it is very unique. It has a fantastic story. This game has magic, and it's actually fun to use, and the controls for it are very responsive. And dare I say that this is an overall complete package from beginning to end, unlike most fucking games today. Now, I know it sounds like at this point that I'm just being probably too negative or maybe being too neutral. Well, first let me go ahead and get some of the bad stuff out that I don't like about this game. Sometimes you get too many spells, or you get too many weapons, at certain points in the game, and I feel like the game could have used like the C-stick in some way. Either let me put more spells on it, just to get some things out of the way, and then for weapons, that way I don't need to keep going back into the menu to keep switching to a different weapon. You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. Another thing I don't really have a fondness for, if I can say this politely, is the targeting system. Sometimes the targeting system acts a little bit weird when there are multiple monsters around you. Sometimes you get somewhat ambushed, and you get cornered. You get cornered very easily if you're not paying attention. Sometimes it happens. I'm not perfect at the game. It's weird the way it is. When you're using weapons that you can aim from a distance, it's fine. It's completely fine the way it is, because you can always If you're being rushed down, you can move away to another area or to another corner, and then, you know, you can keep going back and forward. You can kill them eventually, and then bam, we're all good, you know? Another thing I have a problem with the game is that if you're paying attention, the game is not too difficult to finish. It's actually one of the more, I guess you can say, easier games because of it. Not that I'm saying that, hey, a ridiculous like difficulty spike would make the game so much better, like Dark Souls level, even though Dark Souls wasn't out at the time, but you know what I mean. Alright, so bad stuff out of the way. Let's talk about some of the good things I really enjoy about Eternal Darkness. For one thing, obviously, it's the sanity meter. It's the high point of the game. It's fucking cool. I just wish I had enough time for me to capture more footage, because there's some really fucking good ones, like the ones where you have to change the disc, or the one that's telling you to be continued or something like that. Like those are really, really fucking cool. There also was another one with where the game would pretend to delete your memory save. It's like, that is fucking cool. It's freaked me out the first time I saw it. Another thing I really enjoy about it is the change in settings, the characters from different time periods, and also with them is their magic, their health, their sanity. Their meters are different for each one. And I appreciate the attention to detail in that regard. My personal favorite character in the game is Michael. He has unlimited sprint. If you didn't know about this, I'm sorry. I spoiled it. But he is the man. Michael is the fucking man. He has like the coolest end sequence too, I think, out of all the other stories. That's my personal opinion. I'm pretty sure you have like your own. Okay, so this video has gone on long enough, and I want to wrap this shit up. First off, huge congrats to the design team for making an awesome game, for telling a great story. I feel like it is super fucking unique. This is definitely a massive hidden gem for the Nintendo Gamecube. My only beef though is with Nintendo. I just wish Nintendo would just put it on another platform. I don't care if the game is re-released or if it has an HD remaster. I don't care. I just want to see it on another platform. And Nintendo, you're fucking garbage right now. I don't care that Nintendo Switch is doing so well. Just look at all your other games. I mean, bring Super Mario Sunshine and Eternal Darkness. That's it, man. I will be a happy camper. But yeah, you guys take it easy. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Adios.